All righty. So for the people that are joining us that are new, welcome. For the people that are returning, thank you for joining us again at this really exciting time. Just to kind of give you an update on the book. And in case you don't know, this extended learning activity has been going on for, I think this is probably maybe the third semester. And it's based off a book that I've been writing with my co-author, Carrie Engel. It deals with using digital games for the learning process. And it's quite it's quite extensive. It's about 300 pages. In fact, I have a proof that I can share with you right now. They sent me a proof, so let me hit the share button real quick. Let's see, we'll go here, and I'll put this over here on the screen. So here is a quick proof of the book. So this proof still has some names. It still has some comments and stuff on it, but it's only for review. But it is a full section of the book. It's a full book from about 300 pages long, and it's quite extensive. And for the first iteration of group members that helped me with this, I was able to put them actually in the physical book. So there's actually their names in it. Now, the colleagues that are joined me last year and are doing it this year, I'm able to put you all on the and give you credit on the digital learning game database, which I'll show you in a minute. As you can see, here's a special acknowledgement of all the first group that I worked with last year. And again, if you're not on it, again, it's this. I have a digital game database where I'm going to put everybody's name, not just this group, but also the group that's been working ever since the book's been, developed. So I can't unfortunately add anybody to this anymore because the book is currently being processed and printed. But it's a very extensive book and stuff. It's great. We had to do a lot of work with them when it comes to the design of it. So here's chapter 0, and it kind of gives you an update of just like talks about gaming, talks about all the information, talks about the global phenomenon, gaming culture, etc. And it goes through and gives quite a bit of detail and information. So I just wanted to kind of show everybody what it looks like, what you're working at. You can see that there's like little QR codes here. You can scan that and go to these websites. You can visit this. It's for people that are studying digital game-based learning and play-based learning and stuff. So pretty cool book. Okay, so let me go ahead into the orientation component. So I can't pass that out yet because it's number one, it's proprietary, so that the company that published it actually owns it. But I don't mind showing you. I I gave everybody a rough draft. So I'm gonna put the link right now into the chat box, and I'll make sure um everybody gets this in the email, the follow-up debrief email I'll give to you. Give me 1 second. Let me put this into the chat box. Here we are. Chat box. I'll give you a link to the actual presentation I'm doing right now. Okay, so it's in the chat box. Okay. So the Learning Arcade is the name of the book. It's also the name of this cool experience. It's the very first slide. I give you a link to the actual rough draft of the book. So it's just basically written in. It's Google Docs. It's no longer. It's basically a very similar copy to what I gave to the publisher in August, and they've been working on designing the book. Okay. So here is again, and I know that some of you are returning, so I'm sorry. Some of it's a little bit of review, but it's useful for all of our colleagues that don't know. So phase one, I'm going to let this catch up. I think I had uh, bad connection for a moment. Okay, I think I'm back. Okay, so number one, so phase one, I had everybody um, work on this database. So this is a collection of, it's probably close to 600 now of digital learning games. So the main work that this group has done is I have my students go out and find good digital learning games. These are games that students can use in classrooms, they could use for homework, they can use for something to learn something. Um, so the way that the database is set up is number one, there's the game title. I have everybody add like a little image to the game. So this way it could be a screenshot. I try to get the students to create screenshot of the actual gameplay, not like an advertisement or like the like what would be the cover of the game. I try to get them to do gameplay. Sometimes they're just title slides and that or just title screens and that's fine, but I try to get people to actually add like this one right here, this Jeopardy game. This is actually the screen of the game and this is like the startup screen. This is like a regular game for you can actually see the part of the board. Okay, so next is the platforms. So what I ended up doing is there are so many different game platforms out there. There's browser-based games where you can just go to the internet, you can do a search and find them and play them free online. You can go to Steam, which is a massive game distribution website in actually many places in the world now. It's not just the United States, but a lot of North America, probably a lot of it's more global. But they could do Steam, they could do console games. There's a lot of different games, and there's a lot of different platforms. Then I also indicate what is the cost. A lot of the games that we find on here are free. But if they cost a certain amount of money, they can also indicate that. So these dollar signs equal about how much it's costing. And I'll show you what that is in the orientation a little bit later on. These UR codes or these URL codes are the website codes that are the website addresses to actually go play the game or learn more information about how to get the game. Uh, it depends again on what type of game it is and what platform. Like Canoe Puppies, you can actually click on that and start playing that game right now. Game description is I asked my students to provide like a summary of the game. I'm not talking about copy and pasting something from the website, but trying to describe what the game is, what it learns. The next column is subject area. These would be the traditional subjects that you would learn in school, like mathematics and English language arts and coding or something like that. It's meant to kind of indicate what subject this game is aligned to. And if you find a game that might be aligned to multiple subjects, you can put multiple subject areas there. Right. And finally, the concept and skills tags. These are like the ideas. These are kind of like what skills or concepts you would learn while playing the game. It's they're not full objectives or anything like that. They're more of like if I play this game, I'm going to learn how to do addition and subtraction. Or if I'm playing this game, I'll learn how to spell and develop my reading skills. All right, so that's the main elements of the database. And there's also other ones, contributor and QA check. I'll talk about what that is. Contributor means who's added it to the database. QA check is a quality assurance check. I actually have all of these different database entries checked and verified that the game works. You can play it. You can, it's a complete entry. Because a lot of times students will find it on one platform and not realize it's on multiple platforms. Here, let me see if I can find an example. Like this one, like Minecraft. We know that Minecraft is everywhere. You can download it from Minecraft.net. You can play it off of Google. It's on the App Store. It's on Xbox. So this entry right here for Minecraft, you can see it's on one, two, three, four, five different platforms. So, and again, it's even indicated here where you can get it. Okay. So that's the digital game data. That's the learning game database. It's pretty cool. Okay. So phase one is actually I did add a phase five. Phase one is actually working on the database, finding games and putting it up into the database. And what I'm going to do is anybody that works on this, I put their names up in the header which I actually have to build now that I'm actually getting close to publishing the book. Phase two is called quality assurance. I'll talk about what that is in a second. Phase three is developing social media marketing campaign materials. So when this is released, this the my publisher is probably not going to promote it the way it should be promoted. They're probably just going to release it and say, "Oh, great, it's done now. Our job is done." But the problem is that nobody's going to know it's been released. So I'm trying to develop ways to promote it on social media. That is like, was it social media posts, like little videos, pamphlets, flyers, whatever we can develop to where I can share it on LinkedIn, I can share it on Facebook, I can share it on Instagram, I can share it on pages like that. Phase four is creating executive summary and one pagers. This is be like executive summaries are kind of like summaries of the book without giving away the entire book. And then phase five, which I'll talk about now, is making some free guides. And I'll talk about what these free guides are in a minute. Okay. So that's kind of like as I go through here, think about really, everybody's going to do a couple entries on the database. I'm going to do 15 this semester, but I'd like to think about what phase you might want to work on because I'm going to do a sign up sheet this time. Now, if you want to do multiple areas, it's fine, but if you want to focus on one area, that's also fine. I really want to try to have people accountable for what they do in the project and give them credit for what they're doing. Okay. So phase one, I kind of went there. I talked about what you're going to do. So this presentation kind of walks you through it, how to do everything, how to add an entry into the database. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go find some good digital learning game data. I'm sorry, go find some digital learning games online. You're going to go find them and research them. Next, you're going to look at the database and make sure that it's not already on the database. A lot of students like to, they'll be like, "Oh, I found this great game. It's fun," but the thing is, they'll put it up on the database, and it's a duplicate. It's somebody already put it up in the database. We only have one entry per game. Now you can have multiple platforms, but it's still only the same game. So that link provides it. It's you go right there. Now I opened up the ability for people to start editing. When this extended learning experience is over, the database becomes view only, as in you can still access it, view it, but you can't edit it. Right now, it is in edit mode. So everybody, in previous semesters, I had everybody finding 25 games. This semester, now we're starting to slow down. I really want people to focus on quality, so I'm lowering it down to 15. If everybody in this experience finds 15 new games, I'll have over 700 games, and that is a heck of a milestone. Okay. As you find games to add to the database, please make sure that you're following the style guide and how to put them up. And the best piece of advice I can give you is look at the previous database, look at how people style things, how they label things, how they summarize things. Look for that. So this way you can emulate that. You can kind of follow in the design and the footsteps of previous people that developed it. Okay. Okay. So each entry has a title, has a cost. Now, if it's free, that's fine, just put free. If it costs less than $5 to purchase, then that's $1 sign. The US dollar sign is an S with a little line through it. If it is between $5 to $10, that's two money signs. And if it's above $10, it's three. Okay. I want you to find a small screenshot of gameplay for the game that you're playing and you're proposing to go up on the database. Okay. And then add it to Google Drive. Add it to the spreadsheet. Now, it's important. Let's say I find an image. You're not just going to drag and drop it in. What you're going to do is make sure you double click inside of here. You're going to go to Insert and you're going to insert image in cell. So you're going to put it into the cell. What happens is that sometimes my students will find great images and they'll put it in here and it'll start floating everywhere. You have to stick it to the cell. It's kind of like putting, if you mail a letter, it's kind of like putting the stamp down on your letter. You have to put it inside the cell, or it's going to float around and it's going to torture us. So please make sure if you're going to put an image in that you put it inside the cell. So it's insert and it is image and insert image in the cell. Okay. So the URL sources, again, that's the links in which you'll download the game or play the game, or if it's a console game like Xbox or something like that, you can go and find just an advertisement on how to purchase the game. That's fine too. The game description again is the summary of the game. I don't want you just to copy and paste this. You are able to use AI to kind of come up with a summary for the game description. I don't mind that. But the game description shouldn't just be one sentence. It's just that's too vague. It's too brief. I want you to talk about what's the synopsis of the game, what can players learn as they play the game. Okay. So that's again the platforms, all of this is in here, and I provide you with a little bit of guidance through here. Okay. So the group workflow for this, you're going to develop a resource or tool to organize and publish the database, which we are. I don't want you just to find it and put it up there and be done with it. Play the game. If you can, try to play the game. The reason being is you could find a game, it might look awesome. You play the game, it might not work. It may be a horrible game. I want you to try and do a little bit of quality assurance yourself. Try to make sure that the game works, it's functional, and it does what it's supposed to do. It teaches what it's supposed to teach. And eventually this will get published as a PDF, but right now it's going to be online in a it's going to be online you can access it through a link and a QR code. And this is free. The book costs money, but this tool that we're this resource we're creating is free. Okay. So let me okay. So that's phase 1. Okay. Okay. Phase 2. And I've had a couple colleagues that have returned and I really appreciate um, what they have done for me in the past, and that is they take big sections of the database and they check it for quality. That is, they make sure the images are correct. They make sure all the links work. They make sure that they look up and say, "Hey, this game is a popular game. You only put it on one platform, but it's on like it's on the Apple App Store. It's in Google Play. It's on Steam. You only have it on the website. There's more way to access this game. So finding other links and other sources to download the game. Making sure the images are nice, making sure the summaries, the game descriptions are detailed and clear, making sure the subjects like the math, the science, the social studies that they're correct, and also the tags, making sure that the game actually focuses on those skills, concepts, and ideas that are present in the tags. All right. So I usually get like 2 or 3 people to help me with that. Okay, let me keep going here. Okay. Phase 3. I mentioned that this is going to be released and I'm going to need help to promote it. So what I want people to do is help me to promote it by creating social media marketing materials for it. Creating um, LinkedIn posts that are ready to go when the game is ready, creating pamphlets, images, all sorts of things to where if I put it on social media, it's going to catch the eye and attention of potential people that are going to buy the book. So I need people to create different things. You can use things like Canva. Canva is free. It's great. It's a graphic design program. And it can create wonderful it can create wonderful resources from this book. And I have included a couple like posts and examples and stuff here. Here's an example of one. So this is for LinkedIn. Um, there we go. So this is what if the most engaging learning tool of the 21st century was a game controller? Games don't just entertain, they teach, inspire, and connect. In the Learning Arcade, empowering education with gaming, uh, you know, Dr. Schaaf, Carrie Engel invite educators, leaders, and innovators to reimagine learning through the lens of play. Drawing from decades of research and classroom experiences, this book explores how digital games can enhance creativity, engagement, and authentic learning. And here's all the benefits of playing the game. And then, of course, here's a call to action to actually purchase it. I don't have the links to purchase it yet, but I can put that in later. Here's one for Facebook. Again, very similar. Here's an Instagram ideas for Instagram Reels. If you want to make a video, I kind of need like videos. They could be just like little stock videos of kids playing games and stuff like that, and then like titles saying "Learning Arcade," coming soon. I need things like that. They call them sizzle reels. It's online like TikToks and stuff like that that would really get people interested and excited about the game. So those are some examples of social media posts. I need a lot more. Okay. Phase four is an executive summary. Now, I did have, I think, Jung Si, didn't you work on one? Didn't you work on an executive summary? I think you worked on one in PowerPoint, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I did. I like join the.
Yeah, yeah. I have to give you feedback on it, but um, you can have multiple varieties of executive summary. So an executive summary is something that kind of summarizes the book without giving a lot of information away. So here is an example of one from my old book. Let me try this one right here. So here is an executive summary for learner choice, learner voice. So you can see it's a big visual, it's a graphic, it's saying it's out now. Here's the information. Now you're not going to use this obviously, but it gives you an idea of what it would look like. The nice thing about this is you can use a lot of AI to actually help you support this and write this and stuff. So it kind of talks about each chapter and what are some of the benefits. But notice how I'm not giving away the whole book. It's just a couple really important ideas. So you can go into ChatGPT or any of the other LLMs, just put the one chapter in at a time, and you can actually go through here and start to write a little bit of information about the chapter. Have it create like a 2 or 3 sentence, like maybe a 1 or 2 page summary of each chapter. Anyway, that's an idea of a task or activity I need. And again, Junksy, I think you used PowerPoint to actually develop it. You can use Canva for these Canva also. So if somebody's interested in doing one in so they're more than welcome. But Junksy's already working on one for the one for Learning Arcade. Um, Okay, the last thing, so the last like idea for this for projects. Let me go back to not learn AI. I want here we are. Okay, the last big idea here is small guides for content area or grade. So what I want you to do is if you ever take a look, people love to download stuff for free. They love to look for things that are free online. So what I want you to do is I have this massive database of 700 games. I want you to create little like small little resource packets of like maybe 5 to 6 pages of just resources that I could release to the public. And ideas would be something like 30 digital games to use in elementary classrooms, or 20 social studies digital games, or 20 digital games that have powerful narratives for language arts. Here's an example of a guide that Carrie and I developed, my co-author, developed during COVID-19. We created this like gaming guide. It's just basically it's a bunch of games that people can use for, during COVID-19 that they could use to learn from. So this would be one, and it just gives a little bit of information, and then they can, it tells them how they can play it. I mean, I think I had like 1,500 downloads of this. That's great. So it'd be something like this. Like, imagine like these were all math games or something like that. You could do like, 15 math games you can play in third grade or something like that. Um, it's nice, it's creative, you can have fun, you can make it beautiful, stuff like that. Okay. So what I'd like to do right now is this. I would like to, there's my information right there. And you have it. You can email me. I'm happy to get back to you. Now, if you emailed me previously from like December and January, I didn't have access to Hawkins very much because I took this last, was it the fall? I'm not teaching in the spring. I'm not teaching. So I'm only teaching in the summer this year. So if you emailed me, I'm sorry. If I didn't get back to you, I apologize. You're more than welcome to email me if I missed something. I'm happy to look at stuff, review stuff, things like that. So again, sorry about that. Um, what I'd like to do right now is this. So everybody's going to do phase one. You're going to find 15 games, not 25, but 15 new games. Okay, so make sure it's not on the database. Start to look for games, play them, explore them, and figure out which ones are going to go into the database. Okay, organize them, get them ready, and the database is now edit. The editing is on, so you can actually edit it now. If you have the link, you can go there. I really need some quality assurance folks, like people that are go through the database and make sure it's all good, it's correct, it's right, that the game's still there. Sometimes games disappear. They just disappear. If it's a web-based game, internet's very volatile. It'll just go away. If you find one that's gone, just let us know and we can delete it. I need people for social media and I know Junk C is doing the executive summary. If somebody else wants to do another one, they can do it. That's fine. And if you're interested in doing small guides, you can. So what I'd like to do is this right now. I'd like to ask, is there anybody that's really interested in one of these phases, one of these elements? Remember, everybody's doing phase one, but for two, three, four, and five, is there any area that you would really like to work on? That you really are interested and intrigued in. Now you can unmute yourself and speak. You can type it into the chat box. You can do any of those, and that's absolutely fine with me. Maybe you all are just still thinking about it, and that's fine. Let's do this. When you hang up, think about what you want to do. Everybody has my link to the slideshow. Here, I'll put it up there one more time. Think about what you want to do besides just finding the games. If you want to do social media, if you want to do the executive summaries, if you want to do the guides, just let me know and email me at here. There's my email address. Email me and let me know what you're interested in. And we'll go from there, and I'll work with you. And if you need any help, just reach out to me. I can always schedule time to work with you or train you further, or if you have questions, I'll get back to you. I'm a full-time professor, so I'm really busy, but I'll get back to you. I think I'm going to stop recording at this point.